Hello, I'm Pastor Robert Summers, Mountain Creek Community Church, and with me is my lovely wife, choir director, and co-founder with me of this unique place atop the highest hill that overlooks Dallas-Fort Worth. Beautiful place.
In the last segment that we produced, we told you that we had raised the money, we had found the place, raised the money to make a down payment on it, and that we had sent a cashier's check in, so excited, to this big development corporation, and we knew that they were going to sell to us because they had given their word before the Dallas City Planning and Zoning Commission that they would sell to a church. So we sent in the cashier's check, we would announce the vision, and we were going forward.
And it comes back after 3 weeks, not even a letter enclosed. They just returned the check and had written across the check, not interested at this time.
How rude.
So I knew I was being treated rudely. I met the sales director and he just kind of dismissed me. And so I'm going to go to the president of the company.
So Robert decided to go around him,
Right.
up to the top, the head of the corporation.
So I called the president. He said, well, we're having a board meeting in January. You'd be welcome to come make your presentation then. And I had a top real estate attorney who had done business with this major development company, multi-million-dollar major development company. And he said, well, I'll go with you. So we went to this posh 7th floor, full suite of offices over in Las Colinas, lots of beautiful wood and marble and everything. It was a very imposing place. And so finally they get around to calling us in and let us make the presentation before the
I
board.
think they only gave you 10 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah, that's just a short time. But I mean, that was quick. You know, I had all my poster boards, art boards and everything of what we were going to do. We were all excited about it. And all these guys in their pinstripe suits, you know, were listening to us, sitting around the boardroom table. And finally, the president of the company asked that sales director, the one that had been so
Same one that turned us
excited to
down.
me, he said, what do you think about this? He said, well, he said, that hill's right in the middle of all the development that we're going to be doing. And we shouldn't be dealing with this church at this time. And that just nixed it for us. I mean,
They turned us down again.
they turned us down again. So I'm getting ready to leave. We walk out the door. If I had a hat, I'd pick up my hat and walk out, you know. And I stand at the door. I had not planned this, but I felt like the Lord just spoke through me a challenge. I said, you gave your promise for Dallas City Planning and Zoning before the City Council that you would work with the churches
Yes.
in Dallas that would want to buy property out there for a population of 65,000 people.
Right.
And I said, you gave your word and you've reneged on your word. And I said, if you're not going to work with the church in Dallas, let's just see how much land you sell. And I checked back with him about a year to see. And you know what?
Well, tell them what the real estate attorney said.
Oh, the real estate attorney, as we shut the door and walked away, he said, whoo, man, I didn't know you were going to say that. And but he agreed. He said, no, they gave their word. And he also knew John Evans, my friend on the city council.
And when you declare something before God's people and don't follow through,
Yeah,
the Lord is the one
yeah.
who steps up for you. And when he put that challenge out there, let's see how much land you sell in the coming year if you will not work with God's people, if you will not work with God's church. And 1 year later, we get a call. Now this is a long time, it's a whole year. But we get a call, they have not sold one piece of land, not one. In the whole year, they fired that sales director, and the president of the corporation said, go find that preacher.
Find that preacher. And I get a call from Bill Boydgen, the new sales director. And he said, preacher, I've been trying to find you. Let's have breakfast in the morning. And so I go down and have breakfast with him. He said, they're ready to make a deal. Make us an offer on that. So I called the previous vice president, who's no longer with them now, but he'd given me his business card, and told him the whole episode. And he said, let me tell you something, Pastor, they've not sold one tract of ground. And so you make it on your offer.
Yes.
And he said, and make them carry the note for 3 years for you, low interest.
God fought our battles. It's a miracle now. God
Amen.
bless you.